This is Anna Williams with a video tutorial on how to set up cameras and camera viewports in a 3D Studio Max file. So starting again, just some basic scenery, so Greeble plugin on a plane to create a kind of basic street. So to create a camera in this scene, go up to the top to the create and across to the camera tab. There are two types of cameras which you can create. This free camera here, which is a freestanding camera, which you then manipulate the location of in order to get your view. So moving that around, and then you rotate the camera to the desired direction of what you want to look at. This camera is good, but not completely accurate. In comparison, the target camera is a lot easier to use and a lot more accurate. So to use this, you click and drag. So you click for the camera, drag for target. So I'm going to set that about there. So to view what the camera is creating, we zoom out to all the viewports. So choose a viewport that you don't use much of. So this front one here, use. I'm going to change this. We go up the top to camera. I'm going to change it to camera 001, which is the camera we've just created. And then change it from wireframe to shaded. You can now see that we are seeing the view of the camera we just created. You can then manipulate and modify this. So if I click on the camera, I'm going to move it up. So down the bottom, I'm just going to change the Z location. It's going to change that to 1.7, which is the average eye height. A bit taller than the average eye height of a human. As you can see, I've just modified that by accident, so back to 1.7. And then our view will update over here. You can then also click, if I click on the target, you can also modify the location of that. So if I want the angle to be kind of looking towards the sky a little bit more, so change that to 40. You can see down here that changes our view. If we then click on the camera and go to the modify panel, we can change some of the particulars such as the lens. So the average lens is 50mm. Anything less than this is considered a wide angle. So if we click and 15mm here, you can see our view here has zoomed out. If we then click 200, you can see that it is zoomed in. So if we click back to 50, which is the average, and standard, then we can see we have a good view of this makeshift streetscape. So we've created a viewport which we can then always come back to as long as we don't manipulate or move the camera at all. If we want to create a viewport not using a camera, say we wanted to create a diagram in this top view, if we go from, so say we're in top view, if we change this to perspective, it adds a bit of depth to the picture, but it is still in a top view. So we need to be in perspective view when we do this. We then go into the create, down to cameras, and create camera from view. So if we rename this top diagram, just say we needed this view to create a series of diagrams from. And if we change this back to orthographic projection, then that changes it back to kind of a 2D form instead of the buildings having depth. So we have now saved that viewport. So if you go into cameras here, we can see that top diagram, as I just labelled it, is here. So say we went to bottom view, scrolled out a bit, go back in, can go to cameras, top view. This will bring us back to this view here. Thank you.